Ooh.
Spin. Spin.
Look at Venus.
It's moving very fast.
Isn't it beautiful?
That's one day gone on Venus, and it only took us mere seconds.
Mere seconds.
Spinning. Spinning.
Spin. Hello, everyone.
Welcome to Planet Commentary.
Oh. A new show behind the news.
We look at planets and we describe what they're doing.
We talk about how they spin.
How they spin. Spin. No, that's not what this show is.
It's not what this show is. You're in the hot seat. You get to lead things today. Well, no, I'm in the hot seat. You get to be the leader.
Cool.
And yeah, you chill right out. Unlike Venus, am I right? Yeah, there you
Why?
Because Venus is really hot.
Oh, yes. No, you mentioned that in your story.
Yes,
once
I
or
did.
twice.
Well, welcome everyone.
Ask a reporter.
Here we are. It's the very last Ask a Reporter for the whole term.
I thought you were going to say forever.
No.
For the term?
Of course not. We'll be back.
So you guys will be on break soon.
Yeah,
that means
how
we
exciting.
get to still work.
Yeah, we do.
No.
We keep working throughout the
That's all right.
holidays. But that's okay. And
adult
you
life.
can still catch our show next week, of course, but then
Yeah.
that'll be a little break.
Little
and then we'll see
break.
you when you're back.
Yeah.
Catch you later. But before you go,
We've just got a whole show to
we've got
do.
a whole Ask a Reporter.
I got
You
a tablet here.
This is going to be tricky because normally I keep you on track, Jack.
Oh, I will keep you on track.
No, but who's going to keep you on track?
Oh. I'll also keep myself on track.
We'll see how that goes.
Can I say before we start, you were very convincing as a real estate agent.
Thank you. I couldn't wear my blue wig today because I got my hair braided in the meantime since we filmed this story. And it's really hard to tuck all of this under a wig. So I got my wig wearing.
You got
an
it
ode
in.
to you.
Got just in.
Yeah, just in time. I did actually base my character, my real estate character, off of something that I would imagine you would do. Because normally you're the one taking me on a journey and I'm just kind of this oblivious person. If you're a long-time BTN watcher, you'll know you would have seen heaps of Jack stories where I just kind of appear and he just directs me somewhere and I just kind of say some stuff.
No one wants to be dragged along for the ride. I have to use inanimate objects.
Like mannequins and things.
Well, I'm glad
and
I've passed the torch.
A lobster, a crayfish is going to appear with you in this one. There's a little teaser for next week.
We're getting sidetracked, Amelia.
We are, all right.
All right, we're talking about Venus.
Yes. I can't ever hear anything with braids and
I'll
like
yell.
a beanie. I'm like, what?
I'll have to yell. We also have,
you
as
might have to
usual, so many questions. You guys blow my mind.
Yay! Thanks
How
so much
can
for
you
writing
even
in,
think
everyone.
of so many questions?
They're just really smart
Exactly.
and inquisitive, which is what we like at BTN.
Which we love that. And
I'll try to answer them.
We'll
I know
try.
you've probably got some tricky ones, but I'll do my best.
All right.
All right, let's kick things up.
Okay, let's start with Alicia from Plenty Parklands Primary School. There are plenty of parklands to go around there.
Alicia.
Hello. Alicia wants to know, how would they do human missions on Venus if it rains acid?
Yeah.
Which, yeah, good point.
Sulfuric acid.
Yeah,
Yeah, Alicia, it would be really tough. Really hard because it's not even just the acid, but yeah, that's definitely a really big part of it. But just the temperature alone of Venus is 470 degrees plus. Plus though, yeah, good remembering. So it can even get hotter than that at times. So that's kind of your average temperature. And so that can actually melt lead. It's that hot. So you can imagine it would be tricky to make, for instance, the right kind of space suit that would protect from the temperature. And like you said, acid, sulfuric acid.
You know, I have a solution or an option. If you're listening, astronaut people, space agencies around the world.
Yeah.
Denim. And then you'll get an acid wash.
Oh, do you see what he did there?
That was a genuine, I think that could work.
That
wasn't a joke.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Maybe a little.
Right into NASA.
So there you go. Venus,
Also,
not
on
a great
top of
place
this,
to
Alicia,
go.
there's also the fact that the pressure is
Yes.
extreme. So it's like being, more than 800 meters underwater. That's a lot of pressure.
Yes.
If you've ever gone deep underwater, maybe you might have gone, what do you call it?
Looking for that jewel necklace
No,
that
scuba
she
diving.
lost on the Titanic.
Scuba diving.
Scuba diving, yes.
Was that real? And then you might know that it's pretty. You definitely feel that pressure underwater, and so. If you were to go to Venus at the moment, if you didn't have any new technology, it wouldn't be very good. You'd probably get quite squished.
Yes.
Yeah.
And another concern, which we'll answer in a question from Ollie from Hillsborough Public School. What about water? Because Ollie wants to know, does Venus have running water?
Yeah, Ollie.
Because that could help you cool down. It could keep you hydrated.
Chill right out. Although if it's 470 degrees out,
I'm not going to do much.
it's going to be some warm water.
Yeah.
It's a good question though, Ollie, and I mentioned it in my story that one of the things that NASA would like to know more about is, and the world would like to know more about with Venus, is whether or not there was actually oceans on this really hot planet at some stage billions of years ago, and that's what they think may be the fact. So the thing is though that those oceans don't exist anymore from what we have seen of Venus. That's pretty clear in knowing what the conditions are like and what the atmosphere is like and things like that. But it's possible that underground there could still be still be water potentially, or some kind of liquid, or there could be something. Who knows? And that's the thing that these missions are wanting to find out.
Just need to install a bubbler, a drinking fountain, and if they've got it under...
You're full of ideas today.
I really am.
Acid wash.
None of them useful.
Drinking fountain.
But that doesn't matter.
Always entertaining.
Hopefully. Let's go to Eliza from Iramu Primary, because I think we have someone with us to join us. Yeah. Speaking of, was the alien in the video real? If so, wow.
Who asked
and
that?
I agree. Eliza. I agree. Wow, if it was real.
Wow.
If not, then that's okay.
Okay.
But if it wasn't real, who was dressed up as the alien? So
Eliza, it was real.
It was a real alien.
Wow.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. And there it is again.
There's that pesky alien.
I wonder if anyone wondered if it was you, Jack.
Oh, yeah.
If they did, this is definitely, getting rid of those rumours, isn't it?
Get those
hot goss.
rumours off my back.
So who is it? All right, let's reveal who's under the thingy.
And it was me.
It's Emma!
I'm the alien behind the mask.
You did such a good job, Emma, because I know it's really hot.
It was really hot, because I was once the dinosaur for Jack's story, and that was actually really easy.
Yeah, because it had a fan in it.
I remember do you guys remember that? Yeah.
But this one was not. It had cloth inside, but I think it was all worth it in the end. Did you guys want him to stick around?
We added, we'll hang on to him.
A headless
we added
alien.
some, I remember we adapted these at one stage, and so we've stuck their little shiny eyes in there, which makes it even more difficult. Oh, we lost one.
Oh, yeah.
It makes it even more difficult to see, to breathe. Thanks, Emma. You did a really good job.
Great.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. My favourite part was that I didn't have to do it.
Yeah.
Because I've been in that before.
It's me too. We all have.
Fun.
I hope this has been cleaned over the years. Oh my gosh, it's really difficult to get on.
While you put that on, you can answer the next question with that on. How about that?
It's also quite hard. Can you hear me?
Faintly.
Can you hear me? Wow.
Yeah, just.
Just?
Yeah.
Okay,
Do you want to hear my alien noises?
Yes, I do.
I can't quite see, but...
Let's get on something.
I mean, I've
did you
seen
think
a lot.
Was that
and-
good? I could not tell how loud, if that was loud or not loud. It's loud in my ears in there, that's for sure. All right, moving on.
Oh, you're going to answer the question. That's all right. Let's go to Georgie from Clevo Catholic School. Hi, guys.
I really lost my nose.
Georgie wants to know, when was... it's still there. When was the first time someone went to Venus?
I'm not picking my nose, I'm just fixing up my nose. When was the first time someone went to Venus? Well, no one's been there.
No one.
No one has been there. Who asked that story? Was that Georgie? Georgie, no one's been there for all those reasons I said before. So it could be you. But I wonder if Georgie is talking about like the first time we even maybe sent a mission there and sent a spaceship there. Because if so...
Because we have images.
Yeah, then Georgie's on the money because I think the first mission was around 1962. From memory, 1962. And I think... was it NASA or was it the Soviet Union? Can't remember. We'll see if we can find the answer to that. But in fact, the Soviet Union, if you watch PTN stories, you might already know a bit about the Soviet Union, or if you watch like lots of any kind of World War II or Cold War 1980s TV shows or movies, you'll know that the Soviet Union was a sort of like a group of states that existed back, like it was finished in the early 90s, I think 1991. Anyway, around that time, and it existed for a long time, and it includes Russia, and so the Soviet Union was actually sending lots of different missions to Venus. They actually spent a lot of time on it, and I mentioned in my story the Soviet Union still holds the record for the like a lander on Venus on its surface for the longest amount of time, because they don't last very long. So it was 127 minutes, just over 2 hours.
It's also a film title.
This is pretty good.
That is very.
Yeah, so pretty interesting. It's tough. It's tough for us to get there, and it's not tough for us to get there, but it's tough for us to stay there. So, you know, that's why these next missions are really interesting, because it's the first that have been announced in like 30 years, more than 30 years. So it's pretty exciting, and I can't wait. I can't wait to see pictures from Venus.
Yeah.
What about you? I'm excited.
Yeah.
No, indifferent?
No. I guess it's not something I've really think about a lot. I'm not like, when are they going to get those pictures of Venus sent in?
Really? I stay up all night thinking about it. I'm sitting by the phone waiting for a call from NASA.
You look at Venus.
What? Text them through.
You don't. All right. I think I know this answer.
Okay.
It's from Sierra. Well, the question is from Mona Vale Public School. Hey guys, welcome back.
Hey guys.
Who is Venus named after?
Oh, well, do you want to answer it if you know the answer?
It's that song by the Bengals. Is that them? I'm your Venus, I'm your fire. No, it's not?
I love seeing people's reactions sometimes when you say things. Just this in the back. Another really relevant reference that all of our audience watching Ask a Reporter will know and appreciate. Nah, I'm kidding. Hopefully prove me wrong again, because I remember I said that one time about something you said. Barbie Girl. And someone wrote in and said, no, I know it, and wrote all the lyrics. So tell us, do you know the song? Anyway.
What is Venus named after? I do also think I know this.
Okay, go on.
It was the god, the Roman god.
Not quite, but close.
Goddess?
Yes.
Goddess.
Roman goddess of love and beauty. So that's Venus. And Venus is the only planet, I believe, that's named after a female. Yeah, in some way, shape, or form.
And Pluto is the only dwarf planet named after a dog. Sorry, no more. I am distracting, aren't I?
Hashtag fake news here.
We have a story on Pluto, actually. You can go.
Do you want to know how cold Pluto is?
Oh,
yeah, sure. Do you know how cold Pluto is?
I would say
it's about
pretty
minus
cold.
200 and... I think it's more than minus 250 degrees Celsius.
Ooh.
I think it's, around that temperature.
Nippy noodles?
It's cold. Nippy noodles, indeed. It's freezing. Yeah.
Going back to Venus, speaking of Venus, Rose from Hawthorne West Primary School wants to know, has a question about the surface. Is rock the surface of Venus?
So I think that we're trying to find out a little bit more about what the surface of Venus is like, which is why Da Vinci Class and Veritas are going to be going there at the end of this decade. So it's I think they're pretty sure it's rocky though. From what they've seen, I think it's quite rocky. There are, like I said in my story, lots of formations and things that are pretty similar to Earth, like mountains, possibly active volcanoes of some sort, potentially plains of lava, And yeah, probably quite a few rock formations and things as well. But, you know, I mean, it's just like potentially it could be like Earth where there are all sorts of different areas and different things going on.
Yeah,
so,
different
you know, you might have like
ecosystems.
somewhere that's rockier than other spots. But yeah, no, I think there are probably lots of rocks on.
We're going to learn a
Venus.
lot more, and we'll probably, I dare say, do another story at some point with all of the discoveries.
Yeah, wait till the end of the decade. Will we still be here? I mean, not like that wasn't like a, you know, like a.
It's quite ominous.
Yeah, it wasn't like an ominous question.
Oh, like working at BTN.
Yeah.
We'll be reporting into our 80s.
Oh, okay, good. No, I thought that.
Grey
I was just checking
hair,
you felt
we'll
the
be
same. Yeah.
Going
We'll be on our
along
walkers.
That's what that is.
Hello, Jack. How are you?
Saying back in my day, Ask a
I
Reporter
can't
was
hear
done
you very well.
done on a couch.
louder.
Now it's in
What?
VR.
What? Nuh-uh. It's better if we have wigs on.
Probably.
And maybe like a cardigan or something.
Yeah. Or will we be wearing alien masks?
Oh, of course.
Maybe we'll be doing the show from
Maybe
Venus.
we will just be VR. Yeah. We won't
Mars.
even be here.
Mars is probably
we'll
more
be
likely,
projected
isn't it?
onto the couch. Do couches even exist? Anyway, getting off topic.
Let's go to the actual missions.
It's fun asking the questions. I haven't done this in ages.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
It's fun asking the
going.
questions. I like this. Evie from St. Idas wants to know, when will the robots be released? And I believe we have a video we can share about this.
Yes, so this is from the ESA, which is the European Space Agency, who I think have just announced their own mission. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've announced their own mission. So,
This is kind of what the others will look like.
okay, so this is sort of what the NASA spacecrafts might look like. Is that sort of something similar to that? Let's just have a look at the video and we'll talk through it as we go. But this is from the European Space Agency, so this isn't NASA. Okay, so pretty cool. So when is this happening? This mission? Do we know?
At roughly the same time.
Roughly the same time.
So it's always a
everyone's
space
trying.
race,
It is,
isn't
isn't it? Everyone's trying to get to Venus now, and there's a really good reason. There are some really good reasons for that, which I think we might end up talking about actually soon. So this is pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. So this is obviously going to be a similar thing of trying to map the surface. Interesting. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. There
Looks
you
like
go.
a box with a satellite dish.
Yeah. There's probably a bit more that goes into it than that, but you know.
Probably. Hopefully the
Bit of
ESA didn't
alfoil
hear
on
that.
the outside.
You mentioned you teased a question there.
Oh, did
and
I?
Wei, I found it. Wei Yi, who sent in the pronunciation of the name.
Yes.
And hopefully I got the
I
pronunciation
love it if you got
correct.
that wrong.
Thank you for sending it in, because
We
Amelia
like to
always
know.
does a terrible job.
Terrible. I'm so
Me, never.
bad.
Never
No, we
done
like
that.
it.
We do
Tell us
love
how to
it.
pronounce your name if we mispronounce it.
From Mossman Prep, wants to know, hi BTN, my question is, why did NASA choose to explore Venus and not any of the other planets? What's special about Venus and made NASA go explore it?
Yeah, so that
question.
was exactly what I was getting to, Wei. So good question. So Venus is particularly interesting and has been for a long time to us because even though it is really, really hot and has this toxic atmosphere and sulfuric acid rain and things like that, it is actually really quite similar to Earth. And that might sound a bit weird, but it's about its location.
Oh yeah, acid rain, pressure.
You haven't noticed that?
heat.
Yeah. So it's actually a similar size. It has similar sort of mass and formations and geology and things like that. So it's also to do with sort of the distance to the sun. And so, Venus is actually in what's known as the Goldilocks zone. I'm sure that you guys have heard of the Goldilocks zone before. Not too hot, not too cold, just like the
Porridge.
what do you call that? The porridge and the what do you call that? Fairy tale. Fairy tale, just like the fairy tale. I was gonna say nursery rhyme. Just like the fairy tale Goldilocks. So so basically we want to know, how is it that this planet that is so similar to Earth and is in this zone can be so similar but at the same time extremely different, like you saw in my story. So we obviously are, you know, full of life on Earth. There's so much life, and we've had life for a really long time here. Whereas on Venus, it's thought that there probably isn't. It's not confirmed that there isn't.
Well, not yet, because that alien didn't move in. Or didn't look very keen.
No, I didn't look keen at all. I wouldn't be either, to be honest. Yeah, so we're basically wanting to find out why it is that this planet is similar but also so different. Yeah.
And I'm just going to do a shout out to Sierra, who I believe we
Hey, Sierra.
had a question from Mona Vale Public School before, but also asked, is Venus in the Goldilocks zone?
Oh, yeah, cool. There you go. So, yes. Yes, it is, because of its distance, kind of its distance to the sun in the case of our solar system. Or the closest, you know,
all those angry bears
the sun is.
Are around there. Wait a second.
There's a chair, there's a big one. There's a chair and a bed. I can't remember them.
Yeah, a bed.
What was the chair?
One's too soft, one's too hard.
Wasn't there a chair
the
too?
Just right.
Yeah, chair's too small, chair's too big.
Too...
Or is it just right?
Or is it...
Yeah.
Just right.
So, well done. Good work, Sierra.
I had a question up here about the names from Taryn from Epping Boys High School. Can you just remind me, who are the two space agencies? I mean, we have three now, but the two that you mentioned in your stories is NASA?
I only mentioned NASA.
Oh, only mentioned NASA.
Yeah, the only time I mentioned, the only other one I mentioned really was the Soviet Union.
Okay.
Yeah, and what we saw just before was the ESA, the European Space Agency. But no, this is NASA's mission. But there are two missions by NASA. Maybe that's what you're thinking of. Yeah. So there's Veritas and Da Vinci Plus.
Yes, and
I'm cheat
Taryn
here.
wants to know why are the two space probes called Veritas and Da Vinci Plus?
Yes. Okay. So I wrote that. I've got that here because I forgot.
They're such
it's
common
my old
names.
woman voice again. Okay, Da Vinci Plus. So they're all acronyms. Is that right? Yeah. So Da Vinci Plus stands for Deep Atmosphere Venus Investigation of Noble Gases, Chemistry and Imaging. Sometimes I think they just they just go, let's call it something like this, and then make it fit the acronym.
Make it work.
Yeah. But I don't know, that's just me. And then there's Veritas, which is Venus Emissivity, Radio Science, INSAR, SAR, Topography and Spectroscopy. What does all that mean? Don't know, couldn't tell you, to be honest. But I can tell you that I don't work for NASA, and I just don't know. I'm not a scientist.
I mean,
but
the first
I can
name
tell
kind
you,
of just explained it.
Exactly. That was actually kind of more, made more sense. But as I sort of said in my story, so Veritas is going to be the one that is, I keep getting them confused, but it's Veritas, is going to be scanning the surface, mapping the surface, which is going to be amazing because it's something that we haven't done in a really long time. So our technology has really gotten a lot better since we last tried to do that. So yeah, this is the first NASA mission in many, many decades. The last sort of Soviet missions were also more recent than that, and they no one's really gone back and done this, so it's really cool. And then also Da Vinci Plus is going to actually send a probe through the atmosphere, which is really tricky. So we have to cross our fingers that they can do this, which is why they probably need to, have such a deadline that's quite far down the line. So several years they've got to work it out. And then hopefully we can find out things like whether or not Venus ever had an ocean and running water, liquid water, and whether or not it has any active volcanoes. That's another thing they're trying to work out.
Active volcanoes.
Yeah.
We all know about volcanoes.
So pretty cool, huh? Yeah. If you watched Jack's story.
Or Ask a Reporter last week.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was mainly just a science experiment for most of that. We hope you enjoyed it.
Can I ask, there's a few questions that have come in, and we have already answered it, but because I'm seeing them come in now, I want to answer it again, and I'll try and read this. We've got Benji from Jedi Academy. I'm just going to name a bunch of people first
Jedi Academy Homeschool. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again.
Yes. How's the Jedi training going?
Good, I hope.
Have you mastered it yet? We have Brooke from Mona Vale Park. We have Frankie from Mona Vale Park.
Okay,
We have, I saw more. Cena from Cororite Creek.
Correct Creek, you got it out.
Isn't that weird? Phoenix from KGPS Gardens. I'll just see if there's we got Orlando from Cororoit Creek.
That's a cool name, Orlando.
Right.
Yeah.
That is, both those names are cool. We sort of one from Vicky from Kesborough Gardens Primary School. Are you ready to know what the question is?
Hello.
Because all these people are asking it.
Okay.
Oh, we've got two more.
I thought we were just shouting out. That's why I kept waving.
No. They're all asking the same question.
All right. Yeah. Wow, that's a lot.
Phoenix again. Phoenix, do you just keep sending in the same question?
Oh, Phoenix really wants to know the answer. What is it?
It's in there again by Phoenix.
I'm so excited. What's the question? I hope I know it.
And Phoenix again. Phoenix, you really want to know the answer.
What is it?
Mason also wants to know.
What's the question?
How hot is Venus?
Oh, it's so funny. As you were saying this, I was like, I bet it's that. How hot is it?
We've talked a lot about being hot. How hot is it?
How hot is it? Yeah, so it
Which
is...
we did kind of answer.
We did sort of mention, but let's do it again. It's, 470 degrees Celsius plus. So I think it can actually get hotter. Yeah, even than that.
Pretty hot?
It's a little balmy.
A beach day?
I'd have some
beach day with sunscreen.
Maybe a hat, sunnies. Should always do that anyway, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. It's warm. It's really warm. Hey, do we have any questions?
Wear white, because that reflects, doesn't it?
Yeah, not black. Yeah,
don't wear black. You'll get too hot.
Do we have any questions about why it's the hottest planet? How that is compared to, for instance?
We do. Some of those questions were, why is Venus so hot? And actually, here's one exactly from Angeli, who I would have shouted out before, Keysborough Gardens Primary School. Why is Venus so hot?
Yes, and I think this is a question I thought someone had also asked when I had a peek before about Mercury as well, why is it hotter than Mercury? Which it is, not by a lot, but it is.
Because Mercury's closer to the sun, is that?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah. So yes, you would think that Mercury would be hotter, but okay. So it's actually really interesting.
I do have the question.
For
Matilda, Tension Woods Catholic School. Why is Venus hotter than Mercury if Mercury is closer to the sun? P.S.
Yeah. Oh.
P.S.
Oh yeah.
BTN is the best.
Oh, you stop it.
All right. So why is it so hot, and why is it hotter than Mercury?
Okay. So it's really, really hot because of the atmosphere. So that atmosphere that I talked about in my story that is made up mostly of carbon dioxide plays into that heat on the surface in a big way. So basically it's much like Earth in that, it's a kind of a greenhouse. I have a greenhouse effect where, the sun's rays are getting through the really thick cloud cover. That's another factor I'll get to. And are getting through that. And then it's all about the radiation. You probably know a bit about the greenhouse effect anyway. But yeah, so basically it bounces off and doesn't actually go back out because of the atmosphere, so it stays. And then there's a cloud cover as well, which is sort of like a warm, like putting a blanket over yourself while lying on bed at night.
Or wearing black.
It's
sun.
So it's basically like that cloud cover is like a blanket that just keeps in the heat. And if you open the blanket, sure, you might get a bit of a cold breeze. Ooh, cold, put it down again. So it's the same sort of thing where you are keeping in that heat because of all of that thick cloud cover as well plays into it. So scientists want to actually know more about the greenhouse effect on Venus. So that's another thing they want to study, and more about the atmosphere. But so it's basically trapping in all of the sun's rays and all of that heat and radiation as being, absorbed into the planet and hanging around. So that's a really big part of it. So for instance, with Mercury, while it's also getting all of those rays from the sun, Mercury has almost no atmosphere. So Mercury is really different. So Mercury gets really hot during the day and really cold at night. So that's a really big difference. And you can see this on our world. You can see this on Earth. So for instance, you might notice that sometimes when it's a really clear day, and it might be a clear winter's day, for instance, in a cold spot in Australia, for example, you might think, oh, okay, so it's sort of warmish when the sun's there during the day, but then you might find that if there isn't any cloud cover, that temperature can drop at night, and it might be much colder at night than you had thought. So whereas, if you have clouds, lots of clouds that day, then the temperature temperature doesn't tend to drop as much because that heat tends to stay in. So yeah, it's all about the greenhouse effect. You can look into that more and do your own research if you want to know more about it. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. So that toxic carbon dioxide atmosphere is really making the temperature stay that way on Venus.
There you go.
Yeah, so
we also had, I believe it was Winnie and Georgia sent in that same question.
Hey, thanks,
why is
Winnie and
Mercury?
Georgia.
Why is Venus hotter than Mercury?
Yeah, there you go. So it's all really to do with the atmospheres.
Now, I know everyone knows I'm super professional at this.
Uh-oh.
But
you know, a sentence that starts like that from Jack isn't going to go anywhere good.
I mean, I could have stalled. It is loading again, but I did lose where all the questions went.
He's looking at a blank screen. Oh, no.
Oh, no, I found it. I've got it. It's come back. So I'll do, but we're out of time anyway.
Are
so
we?
I can't. I
No.
mean,
All
we've
right.
gone a little bit over, so I don't
Okay.
think we'd have time to answer any more questions. But I would have. I would love to just shout out because Mr.
shout
Hurd's class is there.
Hey, Mr.
Port
Hurd's
Noarlunga.
class. Love
You guys
it
sent
every
in through a
week.
lot of things.
Yeah,
How old
Port
is Venus's
Noarlunga.
crust? From Henry again.
Oh, I don't know.
I know, right? He said, I know, right? Henry. I love that was the random question I picked out. Henry's. Anyway,
Maybe
and
you can
we've
do
got
your own research. Let
Blaney.
us know.
What do you think is on Venus now? From Tegan?
Yeah,
Do you think there's anything?
I'd like to see active volcanoes. I'm kind of hoping for that. That'd be pretty cool, and lots of plains of lava.
It's a pretty
and
hot
it would be
spot-
amazing
place
if
to
there
be,
was
isn't
some
it?
kind of it would be amazing if there was life. I mean, isn't that what we're all hanging out for? Just to find life somewhere, if it exists somewhere else in our universe. That'd be pretty cool. But if so, it would be very, very small kind of life. But that'd be still pretty cool. Yeah.
We have, I know I said I wasn't asking questions, but I like this from Leah. Won't the rocket melt since Venus is so hot from Taramara Public School? Yeah.
I don't know
I mean,
what they're
Leah,
doing,
it
but
will.
NASA's pretty amazing. So I think they're probably working pretty hard and focusing a lot on protecting
You would think so.
their spacecraft.
We have
Yeah.
Tangra Primary School tuned in. We have Blanley again, Jedi Academy I mentioned, John Palmer Public School.
Now I'll wave. I can wave now.
Wait, you do the waving. St. Mary Magdalene's,
Oh, alternate. Oh,
Mona
okay.
Vale, Linham, Jedi again, Canterbury Primary School,
Oh, nice.
Corroit Creek.
You already said that one.
I know, but I wanted to say it again. Keysborough Gardens Public School or Primary School, KGPS. I'm assuming that's the same thing.
So many.
So many.
Did we get lots of questions
Nordsworth
today?
Public School. We got so
Seems
many
like we got,
questions.
like, a
Look, I'm
lot,
still
right?
scrolling, and we've got
Hundreds.
guys. I wish we could stay here all day and
Me
answer
too.
them.
You'd probably get a bit sick of
When
them
will we live on
eventually.
Venus? From Nico, from Kidman Park Primary School.
Hey, who knows? Maybe one day we'll be able to live there. I mean, it would be. It's not my like my story said. It's not the ideal place for us to live. I think
Probably
we're
not.
going to focus on Mars as a potential second planet for our home in the future as humans.
Possibly.
I think that's probably the way to go.
Do we
Bit
know-
more hospitable.
Do we know who named
Bit
Venus?
colder. I don't know who named Venus. No, I
Ah,
don't.
that was from
Yeah.
Ali from Keysborough.
It must have been
Primary
named
School.
a very long time ago, I
Because
imagine.
we have so many questions. Okay, we've got to go.
We gotta go.
You guys are
Guys,
so
we
good.
gotta go.
We got to get to Venus.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to the end of the
Focus up
question
again.
so I can tell you how many were sent through.
Too many. Too many. You know,
Look.
you can do this actually, I think, and you can scroll down to the bottom maybe.
Oh.
Yeah, I found that out the other day. We're learning with you.
wow.
How do we use a tablet?
All right. So far, they're still coming in. 1,509 questions.
You're kidding. I feel like that's maybe a
Guys.
record. What?
Guys.
Was it because I wore the alien mask and did the sound? It was, wasn't it? You all started tuning in.
Thank
I can
you.
do it again for you.
Ah, finally.
I can't see anything. But...
All right. Well, and she was worried about me being distracting. Honestly. Thank you so much for watching. We won't be here next week, but we will have an episode, so make sure you watch the episode. And then tune in next term, because we'll be back with or Ask a Reporter. I don't know what the story will be, because we haven't written anything for next term yet. And the news hasn't happened. It might be another planet. No, it won't.
I can't see anything.
Well,
that it?
Is that still you, Amelia? Oh, look at you and your planet. Do you feel happy there?
I can't breathe.
Bye!